Hi, welcome to yoga with me, Sarah. I'm so glad you could be here today. We're going to focus in on the root chakra. It's a great way to feel grounded and really connected to yourself and to the world around you, which is, I think, something we could all use a little bit of right now. So come on in and join me. Have a seat on your mat and let's get started. So just begin by sitting up really nice and tall on your mat. Let the hips sink in. Let the knees draw down. Let the shoulders roll back away from the front of the body and away from the ears even. And just maybe let the hands come to the thighs or to the knees. And just begin to let yourself breathe. Just begin to let yourself arrive here, right? Taking a moment to connect to the mat, to your living room floor, if that's where you're at. And just begin to take a few deep breaths. Nice inhalations that are even, and nice exhalations. Let the hips root down. The knees draw towards the earth here. Just begin to make some observations. As you focus in on the breath, where are the hips? How connected are they? Can you make some movements to make yourself a little bit sturdier? Do you feel your ankles connected to the ground? Feel the knees drawing down. And as you feel rooted through the sit bones, begin to feel rooted through the rest of the body. Taking time to notice the connection that maybe the tops of your hands are having to the knees. Letting the shoulders roll back and just letting yourself be right here, right where you are. Feeling that connection, taking that time to draw yourself in. Taking full inhales through the nose and exhaling it out through the mouth. You find the connection to the earth here. Your root chakra is located at the base of your spine. It is an earth element. It leaves you with feelings of safety and security. And we're going to try to find a little bit of that here today. On your next inhale, allow yourself to reach those arms up towards the sky, the shoulders back and down. Let that right hand come behind the right hip and the left hand to the right knee. The right shoulder draws back and the crown of the head lifts. So inhale, lifting you, exhale, twisting you, and you can take this twist as much as you need, as much as you want. Inhale, lift. Left hand comes behind that left hip, right hand to the left knee, left shoulder draws back, crown of head lifts. Inhale, lifting you. Inhale. Exhale, keeping those hips hinged. Exhale, let yourself melt over the folded legs. Let the crown of the head draw forward, let the hips sink in, and just maybe feel a little low back release. Walk the hands over to the left side, the abdomen over that left knee. The crown of the head draws forward so that right hip sinks in. You're going to feel a stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale, walking those hands over to the other side. The left hip sinks in. Inhale, walking those hands back to center, crawling the hands in. Inhale, sweeping those arms up, sinking down. Left hand comes down. We're going to let the right hand reach over so you feel a stretch from that right hip all the way through the right fingertips. Let the shoulders roll back, right? Just feel really open from that hip to the rib. Inhale, lift. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches over, left hip sinks in. Feel that stretch and through the whole left side of the body, but really let the breath happen here through that hip to the bottom of the rib cage. Inhale, lift. Let the palms come together and exhale down towards your heart. Take a moment here and set your intention, your little hope, your little prayer to find more groundedness, perhaps, to be more aware and more present, more secure. Inhale, lift when you're ready. We're going to take that right hand behind that right hip again, left hand to the right knee, that right shoulder pulls back, the crown of the head lifts. So you inhale and you're lifting through the spine, making it nice and long, honoring any pinching or pulling. Inhale, lift. Left hand comes behind that left hip, right hand to the left knee, left shoulder comes back, crown of the head lifts. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward, crawl those hands out. And just let yourself relax. Make sure that you're always continuously breathing. Walk the hands over to the left again. Let that right hip sink in. And over to the other side. Inhale back through to center. Inhale. We're moving right along. Let that right hand come down. The left hand reaches over this time. Left hip sinks in. Shoulders back. Inhale, lift. Left hand comes down. Right hand reaches over. Right hip sinks in. Shoulders back. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. Exhale. We're going to take the hands and just bring them down to the earth. The knees underneath the hips. The wrists underneath the shoulders. Now make your hands nice and wide so that you have a really nice big foundation for yourself. Maybe even suction cup the fingers, the palms up a little bit and the fingers connect. But here's where you are, right? You're going to have this nice long spine. The tailbone's reaching back. The crown of the head is forward. And feel connection to the earth. The knees are a little bit wide. And inhale, let the belly button draw down towards the floor. The shoulders roll back. The crown of the head lifts. The heart reaches forward. Exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Let the tailbone draw down. Gaze at the knees. Inhale. Shoulders back, crown of head lifts. So be really open through the front of the body as you exhale. And continue this pace in this space as much as you like. Remembering that you're moving, this is your breath, your body, right? I'm not in your home to give you the big naughty and naughty. Don't do that. So honor where you're at, right? Take all the time you need here to continue to breathe and to move. Inhale when you're ready, coming back through to center. We're going to let the knees open nice and wide. Let the big toes kind of kiss here. You can send the hips back towards the heels. This is a hip stretch. So once you let everything kind of melt down, let the arms extend down in front of you. So the shoulders get a stretch. And let the heart melt here too towards the earth as the forehead melts. This is your child's pose, right? Feeling drawn down into the earth, safe and secure. Stay here as much as you like. When you're ready, we're going to inhale and lift. Bring the knees back underneath the hips. The arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Either arm, I've got my right arm up here. And we're just going to wiggle that wrist, wiggle the fingers. Exhale, let that right hand come behind the left arm. And maybe let that shoulder draw down towards the earth. Let the temple draw down. Maybe walk that left hand out. Or swim it behind the low back. All the while, I want you to focus in on the breath. Exhale when you're ready, taking that left hand down, crawling it back towards the front of the face. Right arm floats up and bring it down. We're going to take it to the other side, so let that left hand draw up. Maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the wrists. Left hand draws underneath the right. Left shoulder draws down, left temple draws towards the earth. Walk the hand towards the front of your mat or swim it behind the low back. Let that shoulder roll back perhaps, right? Breathe. Let yourself just melt into the mat. This is where you belong. This is your time to reconnect. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. Press through that right hand, flip it up, and exhale, bring it down. So here we are. We're going to take curling those toes under here. Let the hips come back. And then I want you to extend the legs high to the sky. The heels draw down towards the earth, the shoulders towards the spine, the gaze is at the toes. Now the body doesn't have to really be drawn down all the way. You're not a perfect V, but you're a nice V. Draw the heels down towards the earth, the shoulders towards the spine, gaze at the toes. Pedal one heel out and then the next, right? Shake it out. This is your downward facing dog. Inhale, crawl the hand forward, shoulders over the wrists. You're nice and strong here. The belly button is pulled in just a little bit to support you. You're parallel to the earth. Let the knees draw down, the belly, the chest, the chin, shoulders back. So this is your cobra pose. Hands right underneath the shoulders and lift. Little baby back bend. Honor that. Toes curl under, hips come back. Downward facing dog again. Breathe. Walk those toes forward to meet the hands. Inhale, press through the feet, through the toes. I want you to feel rooted and strong through these feet. Inhale, we're halfway lifting, bringing the hands to the shins or to the thighs. The shoulders back and down. So we're creating this little flat back here if you want to see, right? Tailbone all the way, gaze is forward, past the top of your mat, shoulders back. Breathe. Exhale. Let yourself melt over the thighs here. Crown of head draws down. Just let yourself kind of melt. You can always take a block in front of you for some support or a book if you want that. Inhale, press through the feet, halfway lift, bringing the hands to the shins or to the thighs again. And just breathe, right? You're right here. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Right, so we're up here, hands up. Left hand's gonna come down, right hand reaches over towards the left side. So rooting down through that right heel. So when you're here, that right heel is just drawing in towards the earth. The big toes are pressing in and you're rooting through and just reaching again like we did when we were seated. Feeling that stretch. Inhale, lift. Right hand comes down, left hand floats over. Inhale back through to center, palms come at the heart. Whew, here we are, right? So you should feel really strong and tall at the top of our mat, rooted through those big toes, through the heels. Just breathe. Here we are, we're arriving. So we're gonna take a little moment just to connect to the earth. I want you to feel those toes moving. I want you to feel the body moving. So hands at the heart here, and I just want you to step back 1 foot at a time, feeling the earth below you, the mat below you. I know this might feel a little silly, but I want you to connect to yourself here. And maybe you bring one hip out and then the next, right? Maybe look forward and think about the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Right, there you go. You're allowing yourself to be present right where you are, nowhere else. So we're at the top of our mat again. The toes are going to be forward. Our feet are about hip distance apart. I want you to stand nice and tall. So feet hip distance apart, ankles, knees, hips in line, shoulders back. Crown of head is going to be lifted here, so you're nice and tall. Let the exterior of the arm, or the top of the arm, externally rotate. How about that? The exterior of the arm, that's the skin, right? So let the palms face forward, the fingers wiggle down. I want you to feel like you're nice and tall, like you're making movie popcorn, right? I'm gonna move my mat. So you're making some movie popcorn, movie magic, right? At the top of your mat. The crown of the head is lifted. The knees are slightly bent here. And you're nice and tall. You're rooted, you're grounded. This is your mountain pose. So consider that mountain. Consider how nice and tall and strong you are. You've got the earth supporting you throughout whatever's ahead. Right? Exactly. You're awesome. So inhale here. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up one more time. Palms come together. Exhale down towards the heart. Where we're feeling nice and grounded here, nice and strong, I want you to press through those big toes, through the heels. Inhale, reach that right knee forward. So you can stay right here with the toes just reaching down towards the earth. Or you can exhale and bring that knee out, the hip bones reaching out in front of you. You can stay right here with that hip open up. Or bring that sole of the foot to the ankle or the calf. The crown of the head is still reaching up. Your treat, you're nice and tall. You can reach those arms up, shoulders back and down. Look at something that's not moving in front of you. Exhale, bring your hands down when you're ready. Let that knee come forward and pedal it out. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward, fold. The hips are nice and high, so you get a nice big stretch through the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt. And inhale, circle back up. Palms come back together at the heart. Let's take it to the other side, rooting down through that right heel, right toes now. Ankle, knee, hip, all in line. Gaze at something that's not moving in front of you, 4 or 5 feet. That means take your eyes off of me, perhaps. Exhale. And inhale, draw that left knee forward. Maybe the toes just hang out here on the mat. Or take those left knees over, opening up the hips. Inhale, your foot, hand would be weird. Heel or foot to calf. Shoulders back. Maybe you lift all the way up to the thigh and reach those arms up, shoulders back and down. Press through that right foot. Exhale, bring those hands down at the heart, knee forward, pedal it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Ooh, here we go. Inhale, press through the feet, halfway lift, shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. How are you feeling? Check in with the body, check in with the breath. From here, we're going to take some other moves to get you ready, to make you feel grounded and strong. So we're going to take that right foot back. So the right foot's going to come back parallel to the back of your mat. Those left toes are going to point forward. That right hip is going to pull back. So you're going to be like nice and wide, right? You're taking up all the space on your mat. The shoulders slide down the spine, and the arms are going to reach out shoulder height. Gaze over those left fingertips. Let yourself soften. Let the tailbone draw down towards the earth where you're rooted. Left fingertips reach forward, right hand draws back, left palm flips, and reach it up towards the sky. So that bicep of that left arm is going to reach towards the ear. The shoulders are rolling back and you're nice and long. That left knee remains bent. And then inhale back through to center. Left forearm is going to come towards the left thigh, or maybe the hand just reaches there. And the right hand reaches forward. The fingertips drawing forward, that right heel, you're rooted and you're grounded, right? Inhale, lift. Ooh, there you go. We're going to inhale. We're going to reach that right arm forward. Right heel comes off of your mat. Left knee over the ankle. Big step forward. Grounded back to your mountain, right? Nice and strong, nice and tall. From here, we're going to take it to the other side, right? So the left foot steps back parallel to the back of that mat. That right knee just over the ankle. The heel of that right foot is in line to the arch of the back. The hip bones are reaching towards the left side. Draw the body towards the left. That right knee just over the ankle. Arms are extended. How do you feel? Check in with yourself, right? Let the body be aligned. All the pieces of it. Let the tailbone draw down. You're going to feel a little work happening through that inside of that right thigh. That's okay. Let the right fingertips draw over the right, or the gaze draw over the right fingertips. Other than that, gaze that way. Soften the shoulders. Right hand draws forward. Left hand comes down to that left thigh. Right palm flips. Reach it back. Gaze up. Feel that right heel pressing into the earth. That right knee is bent. Fingertips drawing up. Inhale. Bring that forearm to the thigh. Left hand draws over. Shoulders back, breath. Just up and through the front of the body so you're continuing to breathe. Inhale, lift. Left hand flips. Left heel comes off the mat. Press through that right heel to support you. High lunge. Tailbone draws down. Exhale, hands come to the hips. Step forward. Pedal it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Hips high. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Palms come together. Exhale down towards the heart. Here we are. We're going to take that series just one more time. We're going to add a little bit of something to it. So be prepared. Be ready for the fun. Inhale, lift. Palms come back at the heart. Here we are. Right foot steps back, parallel to the back of our mat. Heel and arch align. So those left toes are pointing forward towards the top of your mat. The pinky toes are pressing in towards the earth. The hip bones, they have headlights on them. They're reaching out to the right side. The tailbone draws down and the arms lift. Gaze over those left fingertips. Take a sigh. Let yourself melt towards the earth. Left hand draws slightly forward. Right hand comes back to the thigh. Left palm flips and reach it up. Gaze up. Inhale, back through to center. Right hand swims forward. Right heel comes off of the mat. Tailbone draws down. Hands to the hips. Big step forward. Pedal it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. So now we're hinging forward. Our body's melted towards our thighs. I want us to heel toe the feet out off of the mat. The heels maybe are close to the edge of the mat, but the toes are pressed out. Exhale, I want you to hinge forward. So we're taking a little wide-legged stretch. Right hand comes just in front of that face. Left arm floats up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Replace it, let the right hand float up to take a twist. Exhale, bring it down. Hop those feet back in. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. We're warming up the body, right? Do you feel a little warm? It's okay if you do. Exhale, hands at the heart. Left foot's going to step back parallel to the back of our mat. Toes are forward. Those are the right toes are pointing forward. Hip bones over to the left side. Tailbone draws down, crown of head lifts. Arms extend, gaze over those right fingertips. Soften. Right fingertips reach forward, left hand floats down, right palm flips. Reach those arms up and back. Press through that right heel. Inhale, lift. Left hand swims forward. Right knee over the ankle, tailbone draws down. This is your crescent lunge. Big step forward. We're gonna walk those feet off of your mat again. Find the footing here. The heels can stay on or off the mat, the toes are out. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. Plant those hands, hips are high. Right hand comes to the ankle, left arm floats up. Exhale, bring it down. Walk it over to the other ankle and reach it up. And draw it back down. From here, walk those hands in front of you. Hop back in. Oh, you made it to your high plank, right? Hopefully. So you're in high plank. The crown of the head is drawing forward. I'm just talking you through this. The head is drawn forward, the tailbone is back. And knees come down. Belly, chest, chin. Elbows are coming in. And again, I'm just walking you through it. I'm making some adjustments so you can see me a little bit better. And let yourself melt here. Let the abdomen melt, the thighs melt, right? Everything's kind of melting down. And from here, let the arms come down at the sides. The crown of the head be reaching forward, the tailbone be reaching back. I want you to feel nice and strong. Remember that core energy that we created at the beginning, where I had you focus in on the mountain and pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Think about that here. As you draw the crown of the head forward, let the toes come back. Let the shoulders come away from the ears. And on your next inhale, I want you to let the crown of the head reach up and back. So the shoulders come off the mat, the chest, the fingertips are reaching back. So we let the feet rise up off of the mat. The low back kind of gets a stretch here. And we're using the core energy. You can still hear me breathing. So breathe, exhale, release. Take the hands underneath the chin, knees bend, and just move the feet from side to side. This is our locust. We're going to take it one more time. Feet come down, arms reach back, crown of head draws forward. Inhale, lifting the whole body, using the core energy, the energy through the belly. Exhale, release, hands come underneath the chin, knees bend, move from side to side. We're going to let the hands draw underneath the shoulders. The toes curl under. We're going to let the hips come back. Back to child's pose for just a moment. Inhale, draw forward. The crown of the head reaches forward, the knees underneath the hips. Back to our table tap. We're going to step that right foot back. Toes are going to flex down. From here, we're going to take those right toes over to the left side. Gaze over the left shoulder. So you're getting like a little twist here. And then back. Left foot steps back, toes flex down. Take that left foot over to the right side. Gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, bring the knees down. And take the feet over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. Ooh, here we are. We're going to come to that easy seat. Let the crown of the head be lifted, the hips are sinking down, shoulders back. You made it here. Inhale, reach those arms up, continue to breathe. Think about being here, centered and grounded, right where you need to be. Let that right hand come behind that right hip, the left hand to the right knee. That right shoulder comes back, the crown of the head lifts. Notice, how does this feel different than that first twist you took? Inhale, lift. Left hand behind that left hip, right hand to the left knee. Left shoulder draws back, crown of head lifts. Here we are. Let the legs come out. Let the hips be sinking in. Let the toes be flexing up, heels pressing in. Inhale, arms lift, and just exhale, let yourself melt a little bit here. Walk those hands back in. Soles of the feet come to the earth. So from here, as the soles of the feet come to the earth, let yourself roll back on your mat. The shoulders sinking in, the gaze is lifted. Press through the feet. The heels pressing in, maybe they walk towards your body, the knees are lifted. I want the tops of the legs, these are your quads, to be nice and strong. Inhale, hips reach up towards the sky. The low back comes off of the mat. The mid back, the shoulders sink down, and maybe they draw in towards the spine, and maybe you take the hands underneath the sacrum. Just breathe. Bring the hips up a little bit more. And exhale, shoulders roll out, low back. Everything kind of rolls down. Take your feet out to the wide edges of your mat and just move the knees from side to side. Walk those feet back in. We're going to take it there one more time. So bring the soles of the feet to the mat, pressing them in, bring them closer to the back of the body. Knees are reaching up, the hips are reaching up. Inhale, press through those feet. Hip points reach up. Low back, mid back, upper back. Gaze is lifted. Maybe take one shoulder and then the next. And exhale, lower. Soles of the feet come to the long edges of the mat. Move from side to side. Take a moment here. Bring the knees in and rock from side to side. And maybe here roll to the right side. Both knees draw down as the low back rolls off the mat. The arms open up to a T. Gaze over those left fingertips. Feel a low back twist here. Breathe. I'll never stop telling you to breathe. Inhale, bring the knees back in and let those knees draw to the other side. So the left side gaze over that right shoulder. Excuse me, drew up some dust, I think. Inhale back to center. And let the feet walk out. Begin to let yourself draw down to your mat. If you have a towel or a blanket near you, maybe you put it up underneath the knees. Then you just let yourself be. Let the heels draw to the long edges of the mat. Let the shoulders be down. Let yourself just be here. Let yourself feel every part of the floor. The heels, the calves, the hips, the shoulders, the back of the head. Everything just draws down. And you're really supported here. Continue to breathe. You can choose to stay here as long as you like. Drawing yourself in. Letting yourself be here. Gonna leave you with this reading today that inspires the root chakra for me. I am grounded. My spirit is grounded deep in the earth. I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. I am able to let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. I am worthy of all things beautiful. By Carly Marie. Stay here as long as you like in your Shavasana. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, and namaste.